I'm geeking right now. Hello from Austin. Today of all days feels like the best day to tell you a story about my drone. But to do that, I need to take you guys to Houston, Texas. Steph.
What?
Is this everything we're gonna bring to Houston?
That's everything you're bringing.
You see, about a year and a half ago, I discovered this small YouTuber named Casey. For some reason, I was infatuated and started binge watching all of his videos. One reoccurring theme though was drones. Before this, I was already into like video creating. It wasn't something I was new to, but the word drone had a different meaning to me. Whenever I heard it, I just thought of like hobbyists flying remote control airplanes or helicopters. I didn't actually think that it was something that could add value to a story. Never mind even know they had cameras on them. I was fascinated, literally had my mind blown. That's why I started doing research immediately. I started looking into what kind of shots I could get, how I could use this as a tool, how much was it to get a drone, and how easy was it to actually learn how to fly. And these two words just kept popping up at me, and it said Mavic Air, Mavic Air, Mavic Air. An important side note though is, before video creating or creating in general, one of my biggest passions and one of my biggest desires in life was to travel. In fact, before the age of 23, my brother and I had already visited over 30 countries. One of my biggest regrets though is not actually vlogging it or recording it. You see, for this reason, the Mavic Air was perfect for me. The small size and quality was honestly more than enough for my needs. I'm actually more of a get the shot kind of guy than a quality kind of guy. So to be honest, I would have bought something less expensive if it had a few things that I wanted, like the tracking and stuff like that. In fact, the price was what was holding me back. You see, at the time I could afford it, but did I really want to spend $1,000 on something I did not know if I was actually going to use? Do you want to get something to eat while we're here?
Dang, it's like almost 1,200 calories.
Are we gonna do it? While she orders, I'll get back to the story. So, after a bunch more thinking, seeing a ton of Casey videos, and noticing an absolute absurd amount of filming opportunities, I decided, screw it. Let's just do it. Finding this drone at this time was hard. Though it was advertised on the Best Buy website, it was not actually at Best Buy. It wasn't actually any camera shops I went to, or I just couldn't find it anywhere, to be honest. So I ordered it from DJI itself. It eventually got to my door. No matter how long it took, I was beyond excited to finally have this in my hands. Something I've been seeing all over the internet and so many people's videos, and it was finally my opportunity to get to learn how to use it. I did not know how to use it, but I knew one thing, that I was going to get good at it. That's just my personality type. I just really hate being bad at things. I fly it one time the moment I get it, about 2-3 times over the next several months, and then I left for Coachella. And since I left for Coachella, I left the drone now. 10-second review of Jack in the Box. This is actually the best Jack in the Box I've had in a very, very long time. But to tell the rest of this story, I think it's actually best if I do that in Houston. Coachella 2017 was amazing, but at the end of it, Stephanie and I had to split up. You see, she went off to Hawaii to celebrate her parents' anniversary, and while I had to come back home to celebrate my brother's birthday. Being alone and being bored, my thought process was simple. I was like, yo, you have not flown this drone in so long, but I did not want to actually go anywhere to fly it. So my solution was this. I'm gonna fly it off my balcony right here, which is actually our old apartment. And I flew it downtown, all the way downtown to Minute Maid Park. And the batteries were getting low. That's my family. The batteries were getting low, so I decided to bring it back. Picture this. The drone is like right in front of me. All I have to do is land it and go on the other side of my railing, the balcony railing, to pick it up. But I'm just too lazy for that right now. So I decide to fly it in to my side of the balcony, and the moment it crosses over the railing, on the display screen, it starts flashing magnetic interference, and I'm like looking at the drone, and it starts shifting to the right, smashes right into the wall, hits a chair, lands on the floor. I'm not worried because it's only like 3 feet, and don't these things like run into trees and end up okay? I was not so fortunate. You see, my drone was messed up. Fast forward a year, and luckily a friend of mine whose YouTube channel is Everything But the Camera told me he found someone that could fix my drone in Houston. Amazing. You see, at this point I've given up all hope on fixing this drone. I've called DJI and they can't tell me what's wrong. I've called camera shops and everything I could think of to get this thing fixed, and no one could diagnose the problem without me sending the drone out to them first. And to be honest, I'm not a very trusting person when it comes to expensive things. But here we have someone that knows a friend, lives in Houston, and can fix the drone. This is literally the ideal situation. So I bring it over to him, and it turns out the gimbal is completely shot. So with a little bit of sweat, a lot of time, the drone finally gets fixed. That's why we picked it up this very morning. I guess there's like a lesson in perseverance or something in this video. Y'all, if you made it this far, you obviously enjoyed the video. So subscribe. If you don't mind, hit that like button. Stay positive and don't forget to do amazing things. I'll see y'all as soon as possible.